18 WJTS Sports presents the Floyd Central Highlanders versus the Jasper Wildcats. This game's brought to you by Carpet Warehouse, McDonald's, Mariners Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, DuBois County Tire, Bueller & Sons, DuBois County Cares, Galehausen Insurance, and the Gaslight. Now let's go down to the field.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to IHSAA Class 4A Regional Baseball coverage here on 18 WJTS. This afternoon, the Jasper Wildcats are back at the friendly confines of Alvin C. Ruxer Field for the first time in playoff in a playoff game in 4 years, as they will take on the Floyd Central Highlanders in Game 2 of the Class 4A Regional. Hello, everybody. I'm Carey Schneider, sitting in for Kirk Gooksell, who's covering the Southridge Raiders this afternoon at League Stadium. Jeremy Markos high above the Ruxer Field press box with the camera again this afternoon. And again today, the Cats will take on the Floyd Central Highlanders in Game 2 of the Class 4A Jasper Baseball Regional here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field. The Wildcats turn to right to make it to today's regional with a victory, 10-0 victory over Evansville Central earlier this week on Monday night on Memorial Day, and pick up their first ever Class 4A sectional, first sectional as a member of Class 4A. Their 39th title overall, which is a state record, of course. And again, they defeated the Floyd Central, Central Bears, I should say, in the championship game Monday night at Bosse Field. Joe Bluva, who's threw a complete game shutout, while Andrew Wallace and Ben Hinkey had a pair of hits apiece. And Joe Blusen and Chris Hedinger also doubled in that ball game. They defeated North by the score of 5-4 in the semifinals on Monday afternoon. The Highlanders earned their right to the regional here in Ruxer Field by defeating the Jeffersonville Red Devils for their sectional title, which was held at Floyd Central. It was their first championship actually in 6 years, and they will actually be looking for their first regional championship in 25 years, as their last title in the regional was in 1996. Incidentally, the Wildcats and Highlanders ended up meeting each other in the championship game of the semi-state that year, in which the Wildcats won, I believe, by the score of 3-2, en route to the Cats' first ever state championship back in 1996. Casey Sorg will be taking the hill for the Highlanders. He is 6-0 and was the winning pitcher against Jeff. And of course, the Wildcats, they will go with Grant Stratton. Stratton comes into the ball game with a 10-0 record and has struck out 46 batters this year, 11 walks, and has a 1.32 earned run average. Cats are, of course, overall the Highlanders are 22-7 in on the year, while the Cats are 27-2 and have won 18 straight, with their last loss being against Columbus East back in April. So it should be a great ball game. There's going to be a lot of good pitching we expect in this contest. We are glad to bring it to you here on 18 WJTS, and we will do so right after this. Back at Alvin C. Ruxer Field as we get set for regional tournament action here, as the Jasper Wildcats will take on the Floyd Central Highlanders in the second game of the Jasper Baseball Regional Class 4A. The winner will take on the Center Grove Trojans, who were 3-1 victors over Columbus North in the first game today. Center Grove will face the winner of this contest at 8 o'clock this evening. Of course, if the Wildcats are a part of that ball game, we will bring it to you right after this here on this Sunday afternoon here on 18 WJTS. The Highlanders come to bat. The Wildcats are on defense. The Highlanders will send Jack Thompson, Evan Goforth, and Casey Sorg, the pitcher. 1, 2, 3 batters here on the bottom half of the first inning, the top half of the first inning, against the Wildcats. Grant Stratton. We'll go over his numbers here in just a second. The first pitch of the ball game is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Underway at 1:48 Eastern time here on Saturday afternoon. Next pitch swung on and missed. The count is even at 1-1. Beautiful day, sun-drenched field here at Ruxer. Swing and a miss. And now Stratton is ahead on the count. 2 strikes and a ball. The next just misses outside, 2-2. Home plate umpire for today's game is Mike Zaire. Kevin Bollock is at first base, John Heiss at third, and Terry Taylor at second. Wind's blowing everything around as that pitch is swung on and missed. And there's the first strikeout of the ball game. Thank you, sir. I'll just put my phone over here and weight that down. There we go. Evan Goforth will step to the plate as Thompson goes down on strikes to start this ball game. First pitch, ground ball to short. Hankey has to, actually Connor Foley comes over and picks it up and fires over to first for the out. So there's 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first. Get ourselves a little bit situated here. Tell you what, it's been a beautiful day as we sit here at Ruxer Field. Temperature in the 80s. Sunny day. The way it ought to be for tournament baseball. Pitch is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 82 degrees here at game time. Casey Sorg, the pitcher, facing his opposition. Swung on, high fly ball, right field. Going back is Lebehusen at the track. He will make the catch right at the wall. The inning is over. So Sorg gave it a ride to about as deep as you can without taking it over the fence in right field as Lebehusen hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 1st inning. Floyd Central nothing. Jasper coming to bat. Back at obviously Ruxer Field where the Wildcats and the Trojans, we head to the Wildcats and Highlanders. I'm thinking of the Trojans, I was thinking of Center Grove. They have already advanced to tonight's championship game here at obviously Ruxer Field. They will take on the winner of this game between the Cats and Highlanders. Speaking of the Wildcats, they will bat in the bottom of the 1st inning with Cody Morton leading off, play at second base, followed by Eli Hope, the center fielder. Connor Foley is at third base. Batting cleanup, Andrew Wallace at first. Ross Peter in the 5-hole, he is catching. Jim Lebehusen made a nice catch at the fence to end the top of the 1st inning. He will bat 6th, and of course playing right field. Grant Stratton is on the hill. Ben Hankey is at short, batting 8th, and batting 9th, designated hitter Caleb Berger, who will bat for left fielder Jack Albram. Cody Morton on the hill, facing Casey Sorg. First pitch from Sorg is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. He comes in this contest with a 6-0 record. Heading to Bellarmine. Checked his swing on home plate umpire Mike's there. Says he went around. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next is outside and low. 2-1. Three and 1 the count now after that pitch is down low. So Morton with the hitter's count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Sorg deals the next. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Center fielder Thompson goes over a little bit to his right and brings it in. And there's 1 away. Eli Hope will step to the plate. Eli batting .345. 29 hits on the year at 84 at bats, 7 doubles and 17 RBIs to his credit. Takes a pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Terry Gobert in the third base coaching box. Over on the first base coaching area, longtime assistant Jason Albrand. Gobes now in his 34th year at the helm of the Wildcats. Of course, along with Terry's staff, Jason Albrand, as we mentioned, Brian Kirkhoff, Jeff Zink, Mark Giesler, Brandon Bear, Andy Noblet. The 1-1. Sliced foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jam-packed house here at Ruxer Field, at least on the Jasper side. A few empties over on the Floyd side along the third base line, but Jasper fans, as usual, swung on a high fly ball. Shallow left center field. Center fielder coming in. He will make the catch. Basket catch there by center fielder again, Thompson. As Jake Thompson with a pair of putouts here in the bottom of the first.
6th batter for Jasper, the third baseman, number 24, Connor Foley.
Connor Foley, the Wildcat third baseman, will step to the plate. 2 up, 2 down for the Cats so far here in the bottom of the first. Highlanders went down in order in the top of this inning. Sorg deals a strike to Foley. No balls, 1 strike. There's another strike, a high strike at that. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Sorg looking to retire the Cats in succession here in the bottom of the first. Swung on and a ground foul past Terry Gobert in the third base coaching area. Sure, he's happy to be back home for a playoff game. First home playoff game here at Ruxer Field for the Wildcats since 2017. And of course, a lot of Jasper fans remember that game was against the Northview Knights in the semi-state and how that game finished. Swing and a miss. Foley goes down swinging. The ball gets away. The throw over first at a time, and the inning is over. Cats go down in order in the bottom of the first. We played one complete here at obviously Ruxer Field in the 4A regional semifinal. Jasper 0, Floyd Central 0. Back with the top of the second right after this here on 18 WJTS. The top of the second inning, and the Wildcats and Highlanders are scoreless. Floyd Central, they will send up 4, 5, and 6 batters. Caleb Slaughter, the catcher, Tristan Polk, and Dylan Hogan. On the hill for the Wildcats is Stratton. Grant Stratton in 53 innings pitch. He is 10-0 with 12 appearances, so this is 13th appearance of the year. He struck out 486 and has a 1.32 earned run average. First pitch swung on, fly ball, left field. Albrand giving chase. He will make the catch right at the foul line for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second. So Slaughter flies out to Jack Albrand in left. That'll bring up Tristan Polk, third baseman. Highlanders made it to the regional by defeating New Albany, and Bulldog ace Tucker Bevan 1-0 in the sectional as well before defeating Jeffersonville in the championship. Bevan pitched against Jasper and beat them. One of just 2 losses for the Cats. The other was Columbus East in April. Cats, I believe, on an 18-game winning streak coming into the regional since that last loss to Columbus East. Speaking of Columbus, of course, the Columbus North Bulldogs played in the first game today here against Center Grove, but came up short, 3-1. So the winner of this ball game will take on the Trojans in the championship game. Next pitch is swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes to Polk. So Stratton ahead on the count again. Left-handed batter. Pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout of the game for Stratton. Now there's 2 away for Dylan Hogan.
Baseman, number 11, Dylan Hogan.
First pitch to Hogan is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Cats earn their way to the semifinal of the regional by defeating Evansville Central 10-0 on Monday night, Memorial Day night. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. In that ball game, the Wildcats out-hit the Bears 10-7. Of course, that game was a 10-0 final in 6 innings. Swing and a foul back. 2-1 the count. Leverhusen pitched in that ball game. 7 hits shutout. Struck out 4 and gave up only 1 walk. Swing again and another foul ball hitting foul territory and giving chase is Foley before actually the ball did it hit the tree and then bounce back in? It might have. Either way, it actually did land and in play. Nonetheless, 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The break even. Swing and a slow roller foul along the third base line. Dylan Hogan's hanging in there with the count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the second. Stratton deals the break even 2-2. So it's low, 3-2. Once again, a huge crowd here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field for this regional semifinal. The next, this is outside, and there's the first base runner of the ball game for either ball club as Dylan Hogan is issued a 2-out walk. And here is Max Trapure, right fielder. Trapure bats with a runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Wallace holds the runner at first. Here's the pitch to Trapure, and it's a strike. No balls, 1 strike. So Hogan at first base with a 2-out walk. He takes the lead, again being held by Wallace. Outfield playing straight away. Stratton will look the runner back to first base. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Stratton looking to retire Trapure. He's ahead on that count. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first with 2 outs in the top of the second. No score. Throw over to first. And Stratton will keep Hogan honest on the baseline there. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the inning is over. Third strikeout of the game for Stratton as he strikes out Trapure to end the top of the second. We played 1.5 here at Alvin C. No score. Back at Alvin C. Ruxer Field, where the Wildcats will come to the plate as we head to the bottom of the second inning, the heart of Terry Gilbert's lineup, with Andrew Wallace, Ross Peter, and Joe Blubahusen. 4, 5, and 6 for the Cats. Back on the hill, of course, for his second inning of work is Casey Sorg, who retired the Cats in order in the bottom of the first inning. Sorg heading to Bellarmine, as we mentioned before. Deals the first to Andrew Wallace for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Taylor, Thompson, Trapure in the outfield for the Highlanders from left to right. Set up the rest of the defense as we go along. The 1-0 is high, ball 2. Polk at third, Goforth at short, Hogan at second, Becker at first base, Slaughter behind the plate, and again Casey Sorg on the hill, who's behind the count on Andrew Wallace at 2-0. The next pitch now will make it 3-0. Wildcats looking to be patient at the plate here, hopefully to get some pitches out of Sorg, just as they did against the Castle earlier in the first game of the sectional last week. That pitch is a high strike. 3-1. Strike 2 down central. Now the count is full at 3-2. Polk with a step above, ahead of the bag at third, while Becker playing near the edge of the grass at first for the left-handed hitting Wallace, who takes ball 4, and there's a leadoff walk. So Andrew Wallace will earn himself a leadoff base on balls.
Number 10, Ross Peter.
Here's Ross Peter at the dish. Peter batting .266 with 18 RBIs. Snap throw over to first. Wallace is back in time. Peter at 79 at bats has 21 hits, 6 doubles. As I said, 18 RBIs, no home runs. .266 is his batting average. 1-0 the count to him. Joe Blubahusen on deck. 1-0 the count to Peter. That pitch, as Peter squares the bunt, is a strike, and as he pulled the bat back. One ball, one strike. Here it is. Up high, 2-1 as Peters again showing bunt. Third baseman, number 9, Tristan Polk, charging on that pitch. See if he shows bunt again on 2-1 as another snap throw over to first. When I say snap throw, that is very snappy. Quick, that is a quick throw. 2-1. That one hit him, or did it? No, we're going to say it hit his bat, and they're going to tag him out. The runner will advance to second, and it did hit his bat, and Terry Gobert's not going to ask any explanation. He saw it, and Ross Peters is out, one unassisted. As the ball went back to the right of the mound, and Sorg came along and fielded it, and tagged Peter heading to first. On the play, Andrew Wallace goes to second base. Either way, Peter did his job and got the runner over. So there's one away for Joe Blumenhusen. Time is called. So Wallace at second base. One on and one out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a curve of a breaking ball. That's good for a strike. No balls, one strike. One to know the count to the Wildcat right fielder. The next. He waves at that one, and now he's in the hole at 0-2. Joe batting 47 with 20 RBIs, 21 hits on 88.5 at bats, 5 doubles. He'd like to pick up double number 6 and bring home Wallace from second. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Throw down to first. Wallace will be looked back to second base. Second strikeout of the game for Sorg. Wallace remains at second base, and there's 2 down now for the pitcher, Grant Stratton. 222 hitter is Stratton with 3 RBIs. And a balk is called. I was going to say anything, but I thought something looked a little fishy there, but I was going to keep my mouth shut until the umpire made the call, and he did. And over at third base via balk is Andrew Wallace. The pitch to Stratton is high, 1-0. The next. Foul down the right field line and into the bleachers. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of fans taking cover from the sun as they like to down on those trees down in, I guess there's really about only 1 tree left down now there, down the right field line here at Ruxer. There's a strike. 1-2 to Stratton. Stratton with a chance to help himself if he could drive home Wallace from third. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fire again down to first base for the out. The Wildcats with a little threat in the bottom of the second inning, but come up short. We played 2 complete here at Jasper's Albert C. Ruxer Field. Wildcats and Highlanders scoreless. Half of the third inning here on 18 WJTS. Carey Schneider along with Jeremy Markos high above the Ruxer Field press box, manning the camera. Wildcats and Highlanders scoreless after the first 2 innings. Both teams allowed a runner have allowed a runner in this ball game, but each time they were stranded. Stratton deals the first pitch to Ty Becker for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Becker playing first base for the Highlanders. The next is a strike. Once again, Stratton ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Becker reached out for that one, tried to touch someone, but he didn't touch the baseball. And he is down swinging on 3 pitches.
Left fielder, number 5, Bailey Taylor.
Bailey Taylor, the left fielder. Nine-hole batter for the Highlanders. Next pitch, swing, or first pitch, I should say, swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. Foley at the edge of the grass at third base. The 0-1 as Taylor tried to lay down a bunt, but does bunt it foul along the first base line, and now he's quickly in the hole at 0-2. 5 pitches already only thrown, and Stratton's on the verge of already picking up his second out here in the third, I should say. Next pitch is waves outside. Just kind of sails out of the strike zone for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Fly ball. Left field. That's going to be short left field. Allbrand's not going to be able to run this down as they'll let it drop in front of him. And the number 9 hitter, Bailey Taylor, picks up the first hit of the game for either ball club. So Taylor just kind of swung it, reached out to that one as well, and short fly ball went to left field that neither shortstop Hankey or left fielder Allbrand were going to be able to haul in. So it's the first hit of the game for either ball club as Taylor takes the lead off first and Stratton fires over the first. Nothing doing. Again, Wallace, of course, holding him. Jake Thompson, who struck out looking his first time up. Another throw over to first. And back is Taylor. Highlanders coached by Casey LeDuc. Pitch is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. I was mentioning earlier, Floyd Central looking for their first regional championship since 1996, and that year they and the Wildcats hooked up in the championship game of the semi-state, and a thrilling 3-2 victory for Jasper that night in the semi-state championship. The Wildcats won that, earned the trip to the Final Four back in the single-class era, of course, and we're on their way to the school's first state championship, first of what would become 5. Squares the bunt right in front of the mound. Stratton fires over the first for the second out, and the sacrifice is complete by Thompson. 1-3. For the second out, Taylor will move to second.
Now batting the shortstop, number 19, Evan Goforth.
Goforth will go to the plate. Shortstop grounded out to third, his last time up. He's got a chance to put the Highlanders on top with a runner in scoring position, and 2 out though. First pitch is sails outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Strike over the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is outside for a ball. 2-1. Stratton looks at the runner at second, comes to the plate. He deals a strike to Evan Goforth. Count is even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. So 2-2-2 on the board. Runner at second. Stratton comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back, out of play. Count remains at 2-2. Stratton looks again at the runner at second. Pitches to Goforth. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the inning is over. The Highlanders leave a runner stranded at second base. Nobody across. We go to the bottom of the third inning here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field. No score. We go to the home half of the third inning here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field. And the Wildcats and Highlanders remain scoreless.
Leading off for the Wildcats in the home half of the third, the shortstop, number 4, Ben Hankey.
Ben Hankey will step to the dish. The shortstop for the Wildcats leads things off. Hankey batting .284 on the year with 19 hits on 67 at-bats, 3 doubles, no home runs, and 11 RBIs. First pitch is a strike to the Wildcats shortstop. No balls and 1 strike. Sun ducking behind some clouds here now as the fans getting a little bit of a break from the sun. Beautiful day here at Alvin C. Ruxer, as it should be at tournament time. 0-1 the count. The next pitch is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on, fouled. First baseman Becker gives chase but runs out of room. And Hankey is behind on the count, 1-2. Outfield playing them straight away. As we said, Taylor in left, Thompson in center, Trapure and right. The next bouncing ball to short. Goforth has got it. He'll fire over to Becker at first base for the putout. 6-3. And there's 1 away. Designated hitter Caleb Berger will come to the Ruxer Field dish.
The designated hitter, number 9, Caleb Berger.
Caleb bats for Jack Albrand, manning left field again this afternoon. He bats .357 with 7 RBIs, pair of doubles, and 10 hits altogether this year. One to 0 to count to the Wildcat designated hitter, senior Caleb Berger. The 1-0 chops it foul. Just getting a piece of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next from Sorg to Berger is a curveball in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Both teams have allowed just 1 base runner up to this point. Actually, take it back. Floyd has 2 base runners, and both have been left stranded. Jasper with a runner. There's a flip. There's a base hit right there. The first hit of the game as Berger just kind of serves one right over the second base Hogan's head. Hogan tried to time it and looked to make was looking like he was going to make a leap for it, but decided not to. And it's the first hit of the ball game for the Wildcats. In fact, both teams, number 9 hitters, came up with each team's respective first hits of the game. Taylor, the number 9 hitter, got the first hit for the Highlanders in the top of the third here. And the bottom of the third, Caleb Berger for Jasper. And here's Cody Morton, the second baseman for the Cats, who flew out to center his first time up. Takes the ball, 1-0. So 1 out hit by Caleb Berger. And 1-0 the count to Cody Morton. Berger takes the lead off first base. Morton takes a pitch high for a ball, 2-0. Becker holds Berger at first. Sorg comes to Morton, and the pitch is outside, 3-0. Pitch just missed the corner. The pitch. strike. 3-1. A lot of room between, of course, second and first for Morton, for Cody, as the infield looking for the double play ball perhaps, or at least the force at second, and the first baseman holding Berger as Berger takes off, and they won't, that's ball 4. So Berger takes off on 3-1, and it will be a walk for Cody Morton. Cats with a pair of base runners here with 1 out.
Number 11, Eli Hope.
For Eli Hof. Morton makes it to first base with the walk. Berger heads to second on the free pass. Hof flew out to center. His first time up. Swings and fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike to count to Eli Hof. The next. Squares the bunt and lays it down right in front of the pitcher. Sorg will fire over the first, and the sacrifice by Eli is complete. For the second out, however, that will move Morton and Berger over from second to third, respectively. To second and third, respectively. Connor Foley, who struck out his last time up, has a opportunity to bring home the Cats their first and perhaps second runs. Or third if he could really connect, and he could do it. Pitch is outside. Foley batting .373. He leads the team with 8 home runs, 10 doubles, 33 RBIs. Big bomb against Castle, you may recall, in the opening game of the sectional a week ago Thursday night. Cats won that game, I believe, 6-1. Went on to the semifinals to beat North 5-4 on Monday morning. 1-0 to Foley. Hot shot, fair ball. Fair ball down to left field line, and that'll bring home 2-0 Wildcats. Connor Foley with a hot shot down past the bag down to left field line, and in the umpire way he swung around. I wasn't sure if he was signaling left or right, foul or fair, but it was a fair ball. It was right over the bag. It brought home 2. Jasper leads it 2-0. Morton scores from second. Berger ahead of him from third. A 2-run single by the Wildcat third baseman, and here's Andrew Wallace. First pitch to Andrew. Swing and a foul into the St. Joe Cemetery. 0-1. Like I said, I was watching the umpire, of course, and that ball went skipping past his feet, and they had a hard time making his signal whether it was fair or foul, but of course it was fair, and the Cats, as a result, lead it 2-0. Here's a ball sliced down the left field line by Wallace, and he's now behind the count at 0-2. 2-0 Wildcats on the 2-run single by Connor Foley with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Second hit for the Cats, both in this inning. Throw over to first, and he's got him. Foley took a big lead and was about a quarter of the way between first and second as that pitch was thrown in, and the catcher Slaughter threw a BB to Becker covering first base, and Foley is going to be picked off to end this bottom of the third inning. But the Cats do take the lead with a pair of runs on a 2-run single by Connor Foley. And the Wildcats lead it 2-0 after 3. We'll be back with the fourth inning, I should say, here on 18 WJTS. Pitcher Casey Sorg will lead things off for the Highlanders as we head to the top of the 4th inning. 2-0 Wildcats. First pitch to Sorg is a strike from Grant Stratton, who's now been next pitch, swing and a miss, and the count is now 0-2. Anyway, Stratton has been granted a 2-0 lead now, thanks to a 2-run single down the third base line, past the bag at third by Connor Foley. 0-2 the count to the Sorg, and he swings and misses. Up, 3-pitch strikeout to Casey Sorg.
Next batter, the catcher, number 8, Caleb Slaughter.
So Casey Sorg strikes out to start things off here in the top of the 4th inning. Caleb Slaughter, who flew out to left his first time up, takes the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swing, and that ball is sliced just foul down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Jasper leads it 2-0. Stratton deals a pitch outside, 2-1. Three-1. Foul back, count remains at 3-1. Wildcat outfield giving Slaughter a lot of room in left center. Play him towards right. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled. Foul territory, right field side. Wallace over makes the catch. Beautiful catch by Andrew Wallace for the 2nd out. Wallace just kind of caught that over his shoulder as he had plenty of room to make the play.
Third baseman, number 9, Tristan Polk.
Here's Tristan Polk, excuse me. Polk will bat with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. What is rather a quick moving game. We're in the top of the 4th. The ball game that is about 50 minutes old, give or take, about 45 minutes actually. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. Winner will take on Center Grove in the championship game tonight as that pitch is inside, 2-1. Center Grove picked up a 3-1 victory over Columbus North in the first game this afternoon here at Ruxer. Swing and a miss. Count is even now at 2-2. Cats, this score holds up. Cats now lead at 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. And this game holds as it is. We'll have that game for you right after this here on the Sunday afternoon as you watch us on Sunday afternoon here on 18 WJTS. Swing and a foul back. Count remains 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. The pitch, swing and a ground ball right past the outstretched glove of first baseman Andrew Wallace into right field for the 2nd hit for the Highlanders. So a 2-out hit by Tristan Polk.
Second baseman, number 11, Dylan Hogan.
And here's Dylan Hogan, 2nd baseman, batting in the 6th hole. He reached on a walk and was stranded back in the 2nd. First pitch to him, swinging a line drive into left center field, making a run and making a catch is Eli Hope for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Wildcats allow a 2-out hit by Tristan Polk, who will be left stranded at first base. We played 3.5 here at Albert C. Ruxer Field in today's regional semifinal for Class 4A. It's the Wildcats on top of the Highlanders, 2-0. We go to the bottom of the fourth with Andrew Wallace leading off for the Wildcats. Wallace walked and was stranded at second base his first time up. 2-0, Wildcats lead it. First pitch to the Wildcat first baseman is a ball, 1-0. Swing and a miss, and the count is even now at 1 apiece. 2-0 Wildcats lead it on a pair of runs back in the third on an RBI two-run single by Connor Foley. That's the difference in this ball game. Hits are even at 2 apiece, 2-1 to count. Next pitch is outside to Andrew Wallace. The Wildcat first baseman takes a ball, 3-1. And Andrew walked his first time up and was left at third. Ball 4. Andrew Wallace picks up his second straight leadoff walk as he led off the second with the walk, as we mentioned. Leads off the fourth with the walk.
The catcher, number 10, Ross Peter.
Here's Ross Peter. Peter, his first time up, had a pitch that hit his barrel of it, actually not the barrel, but more or less the handle of his bat, I believe, and went into fair territory. And the pitcher Sorg picked it up and tagged him as he tagged him for the out. And well, nonetheless, I guess he was. It really was. His objective was to try to get Wallace over, and he did, but not the way he really wanted to. The next pitch is a strike, and he's quickly in the hole at 0-2. Here's the 0-2, and that's way high. 1-2. Great having tournament baseball back here at Ruxer Field. Great being a part of it here on 18 WJTS of Jasper Baseball. Appreciate the opportunity by Kirk Uxel. Give me a chance to cover the Cats these last couple of weeks. Means a lot to be back. If only for a while. The pitch is fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sorg deals the 2-2. Just misses outside, 3-2. The next ground ball to third, out at second, and out at first. 5-4-3 double play erases Wallace and Peters on the twin killing. As Wallace is out 5-4 at second for the first out. 5-4-3 goes down Peters. So Ross Peter grounds it to a double play, and suddenly, Wildcats with a runner at first and nobody out now have the bases cleared with 2 outs. And the first pitch to right fielder Joe Lubehusen, who struck out his last time up, is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 0-2 now the count as Lubehusen fouls that into the third base dugout, manned by the Highlanders. The 0-2, bouncing ball, high bouncer to third. Polk's got it, and he'll fire over to first in time for the out. A great job by Becker, the first baseman, to scoop that up and preserve the third out of the inning. So the Wildcats virtually 3 up, 3 down with a walk, and the runner erased at second via the double play. We go to the bottom of top of the 5th inning. We played 4 here at Ruxer. Go at the top of the 5th inning with the Wildcats hanging on to a 2-0 lead. Max Trapure will lead things off for Floyd Central as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on 18 WJTS. Trapure struck out his first time up, and a first pitch to him here in the 5th is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Once again, we're in the top of the 5th inning here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field. Pitch is fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wildcats lead it 2-0. Hits are even at 2 apiece. Big hit so far for the Cats. 2-run single down the third base line, past the bag at third, into left field by third baseman Connor Foley. Swing and a fly ball in right center field. Hauling it in is Eli Hof for the first out of the inning. So Trapure flies out to center to start things off here in the top of the 5th. And Ty Becker, the first baseman.
The first baseman, number 22, Ty Becker.
Ty Becker will bat next with 1 out. Becker, like Trapure, struck out his first time up. Six strikeouts to Grant Stratton's credit. First pitch to Trapure is a ball. The next, 1-1. Swing and a foul back. 2-1, or 1-2, I mean. Stratton moving along here thus far, only giving up a pair of hits. Of course, the Cats with only 2 hits of their own. Well-pitched ball game, of course, as we expected. And that pitch is inside, 2-2. Pair of undefeated pitchers dueling it out here in this semifinal. Swinging a high fly ball, straightaway center field. Leverhusen is there to make the second out of the inning. Leverhusen there for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Bailey Taylor, who picked up the first of the Highlanders' 2 hits in this ball game.
Bailey Taylor.
With a single back in the 3rd. Left fielder for the Highlanders. Batting in the 9 spot. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a foul back off of Mask. 1 ball, 1 strike. The even. Foul back, 1-2. This ball game is now an hour old as we are going along here in the top of the 5th inning, with Stratton 1 strike away for putting down the Highlanders in order if he can get Bailey Taylor. Line drive past the outstretched glove over the head of shortstop Hankey for another 2-out hit. So the second hit by the number 9 batter. Second hit by the 9-hole batter for the Highlanders, Bailey Taylor. A 2-out single in the top of the 5th inning. Jake Thompson bats. He's officially 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. There goes the runner. Pitch is outside. Throw to second. Got him! He got him! Great throw by Ross Peter to gun down Bailey Taylor for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Wildcats lead it 2-0. Coming up here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field, and the Wildcats will come to bat, leading 2-0. They made their way to the bottom of the 5th inning as Bailey Taylor was gunned down at second base by catcher Ross Peter for the Wildcats, who threw a strike to shortstop Ben Hankey covering the second. Pitch wasn't really a pitch out, but it was outside the corner, and it gave Peter plenty of time to get the throw, set and make the throw down to second base, with Hankey sitting there waiting and applying the tag. And here's pitcher Grant Stratton to lead things off for the Cats. He struck out his first time up, back in the second. He bats as a leadoff batter here in the bottom of the fifth and takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Next pitch is high, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Swinging a ground ball too short. Goforth fires over to Becker at first for the 6-3 putout. So 1 away for Ben Hankey. He grounded to Goforth his first time up. To start the third. Here's a pitch for a ball. 2-0. The 1-0. High bouncer over the pitcher's head. Second baseman makes a great play going to his right and fires an off-balance throw to Becker. Hogan to Becker for the second out. So Berger comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. He scored the first of 2 runs for the Cats in the third inning, the first of the 2 runs that scored on the RBI single by Connor Foley. And that is our difference in the game as Berger waves at that first pitch. No balls and a strike. So Berger with a single and a run scored. Highlanders have out-hit the Cats 3-0. Berger waves at that, and now he's in the hole at 0-2. Here's the pitch from Sorg, a ground ball to Polk at third. He'll fire across the diamond for the 3rd out of the inning. Wildcats quickly go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 5th. We played 5 complete, and we head our way to the 6th. The Wildcats leading it 2-0. Back at the Alvin C. Ruxer Field as we head to the top half of the 6th inning, 2-0 Jasper, as the Highlanders will bat, and they'll bring up the top of the order with Jake Thompson, Evan Goforth, the pitcher Casey Sorg, and the first pitch from Stratton to Thompson is swung on and missed for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Foul back, 0-2 now the count. Stratton looks over the glove. Waits actually, and now finally deals the 0-2 to Thompson, who fouls it back, and the count remains at 0-2. Thompson struck out swinging his first time up and to start the ball game back into first, and then sacrificed in the 3rd. Swing and a pop-up, left field. There's Jack Albrand, and Jack hauls it in. Ooh, kind of battled the sun a little bit there. He had to, and it looked like, and nonetheless, number 2 for the Cats pulls in the first out of the 6th.
Now batting for Floyd Central, the shortstop, number 19, Evan Goforth.
Evan Goforth, who is 0 for 2 with a ground ball to ground out to third and a strikeout, takes the first pitch from Stratton for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Swing and a fly ball. Actually, a pop-up at the edge of the grass at short right field, and the first baseman Wallace makes the catch. And Stratton is motoring along here in the 6th as he forces Goforth to pop up to Wallace at first, where he made the catch actually at the edge of the right field grass. Casey Sorg, his counterpart, will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to right, a deep fly at the track, which Leverhusen was able to haul in for the first out, or final out, I should say, in the first, and then he struck out to start things off in the fourth. He bats with nobody on and 2 outs here in the 6th, and a pitch that apparently just missed for a ball, 2-0. Here's the next. Swing and a foul off to the St. Joe Cemetery. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 to count. Stratton deals. 3 and 1 to count. Here comes the 3-1. Ball 4. So Sorg picks up a 2-out walk here in the top of the 6th. Caleb Slaughter will come to the plate. He's flown out to left and flew out to the first baseman. And his 2 at-bats. He bats with a runner on and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, representing basically the tying run, as Peter will go out to talk to Grant Stratton.
For Floyd Central, the catcher, number 8, Caleb Slaughter.
It's Caleb Slaughter that will bat. Grant fires a throw over to first with Wallace holding Sorg. Actually, take it back. That will be Caleb Miller running at first base as a courtesy runner. So Miller running for Sorg. Slaughter, the catcher, at the plate. 1-0 the count. 2 outs with a runner on. 1-0 the count. Miller takes a lead off first. Line drive into right field, and Leverhusen will let it drop in front of him for a base hit. So a 2-out hit for Caleb Slaughter. And the Highlanders have the tying run at first base, as another courtesy runner will come in for the Highlanders, and that will be Brady Harvey. So Brady Harvey runs for the catcher, Caleb Slaughter. And Tristan Polk will bat. He singled his last time out. First pitch is a strike. Oh, 0-1 the count. Here's the next. There's a ball.
Hey, no time to get tight. Let's go.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Wake up.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the 6th inning. Jasper leads it 2-0. Polk, who singled his last time up. Right-handed batter. 1-2 the count to him. Stratton looks at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the inning is over. So Polk swings and misses and goes down swinging here in the top half of the 6th inning. We have played 5.5 here in the semifinals of the Jasper 4A Regional, and the Jasper Wildcats lead the Floyd Central Highlanders by the score of 2-0. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th here on 18 WJTS. With the score 2-0 in favor of the Jasper Wildcats, we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning here on 18 WJTS. Carey Schneider along with Jeremy Markos. The Highlanders have out-hit the Cats 4-2. And Cody Morton will lead things off for the Cats in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, swing, roller, short roller to the third baseman. And the ball is down in the dirt. and could not be handled by first baseman Becker, as Polk had to make a charge on that. Kind of a little, again, swing by Cody Morton, who was barreling down the line. Polk had to quickly make the play, of course, and then rushed the throw over to first, which was in the dirt. And Becker was unable to handle the low throw, and it's the first error of the ball game by either ball club. Hof squares the bunt on the first pitch, and it's a strike. Action going on in the Floyd Central bullpen. Looks like number 6, Bishop Letson, throwing. Oh, and 1 the count. The pitch outside, 1-1. So, all in all, fine pitching performance by both Stratton and Sorg for the Wildcats and Highlanders, respectively. Both coming in with perfect records. Stratton at 10-0, Sorg 6-0. Sorg still on the hill for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the 6th, but there is action going on in the Floyd Central bullpen down the left field line. As we said, Bishop Letson on the down there throwing. And Sorg keeping Eli Hof Cody Morton, I should say, honest at first base as Eli Hof bats. 1-1 to count to him, and here's the 1-1 up high, 2-1. Excellent ball game here for us by both teams. The Cats lead it 2-0. 2-1 the count. There's a strike. It's 2-2. Great crowd on hand, being treated to, like I said, a great ball game here thus far. The 2-2 is fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count remains. Cody Morton reached on the game's first error to start off this bottom of the 6th. Eli Hof, 2-2 the count, throw over to first. That ball gets past the first baseman. And are they going to? Jason Albrand, of course, is lobbying for interference, and so is Terry Gober with his hands stretched out, asking what in the world's going on here. As the little interference, when not necessarily interference was not called, but kind of a tangle up between Becker and Morton at first base. Morton will again take a big lead and be held by Becker at first, and 2-2 the count to Eli Hof. Here's the pitch, swing, and he fouls it off again. Nice at bat here by the Wildcats center fielder. Two balls, 2 strikes. The break even. Hard hit ball too short. Out at second and out at first. 6-4-3 double play. Go forth, Hogan to Becker will erase Morton and Hof on the twin killing. So Morton is out 6-4. Hof 6-4-3 and a tailor-made double play. Connor Foley will now bat with nobody on now. And 2 outs. He is 1 for 2. Drove in both runs from this game, both the Wildcat runs, that is. And that pitch is low, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count is even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 barely misses hitting Foley. 2-1. The 2-1 in the dirt. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning. Cats lead it 2-0 in today's regional semifinal from Alvin C. Ball 4. Foley takes a pitch for ball 4. 2-out walk by the Wildcat third baseman. And we'll have a courtesy runner and runner at first base courtesy of Blake Mann.
At first base, number 12, Blake Mann.
So Blake Mann will run for Foley, who will now go down to the bullpen to warm up. Imagine Stratton will still will go out to the hill to start the 7th inning, but we'll wait and see. But Terry Gober getting Foley ready just in case.
Batting for Jasper, the first baseman, number 18, Andrew Wallace.
So Wallace comes to the plate. He walked twice today. Swing and a fly ball, left center field. Center fielder going back over to his right, and he will make the catch, does Thompson, for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Wildcats do not get any runs across here in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. A trip to the night's championship game against Cedar Grove is on the line here for the Cats as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Jasper leading it 2-0. Well, here we are, folks. We are in the top half of the 7th inning. The Jasper Wildcats and Grant Stratton are 3 outs away from a trip to the championship game of the Class 4A Regional here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field, and the right to take on the Center Grove Trojans in tonight's championship game if they can hold the Highlanders off here in the top of the 7th. And they will face the 6, 7, and 8 batters, and Dylan Hogan, Max Trapure, and Ty Becker. Stratton on for his 7th inning, and first pitch is a strike. He has given up 4 hits. He's got a 4-hit shutout at this moment. 0-1 to count. Next pitch misses outside, 1-1. So Hogan walked and was stranded at first base in the 2nd. Lined out to left, back in the 4th. Swing and a pop-up in the infield. Stratton, actually it's Foley is going to call it off Stratton and make the catch, and there's 1 away. So Hogan pops up to Foley for the first out here in the 7th.
Right fielder, number 13, Max Trapure.
Max Trapure bats with nobody on and 1 out. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to center. Takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Foul back, and Trapure is now behind in the count at 1-2. Stratton looking to pick up his 11th victory on the year. And Trapure serves one into right field for a 1-out hit. And that ball gets away. The ball gets away, and Trapure will all of a sudden go to second on an error. I was looking down, actually. It was the 5th hit, by the way, for the Highlanders. They have had a single in each of the last 5 innings.
Batting for Floyd Central.
Error on the Wildcats allows Max Trapure to go to second base, as Ty Becker, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. He will bat, left-handed batter for Casey LeDuc's ball club. They trail it 2-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. Becker waves at the first pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. The pitch up high, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time is called. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 7th. Jasper leading it 2-0. Stratton's pitch. There's a strike. 1-2. Nice pitch by the Wildcat right-hander, Grant Stratton. Senior right-hander looking to finish off the Highlanders here in the 7th and move on to the championship game. That pitch misses outside for a ball. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and a runner at second base. Becker representing the tying run, incidentally. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Morton's got it. He'll fire over the first for the second out. And Trapure will advance to third. And the Cats are 1 out away. Bailey Taylor, who has 2 of the 5 hits for the Highlanders, will come to the plate, and he's the number 9 hitter, but he has he's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Right now, Brian Kirkhoff, the Wildcat pitching coach, will come out and talk to the Cats' entire infield, of course, along with Grant Stratton, who's 1 out away from a complete game, 5-hit shutout, perhaps. He'd like to get that last out and wrap this up and get in that final game. Get in that final game, anything can happen. If they win, they will face a Columbus. Sorry, take that back. Center Grove Trojan Ball Club, who defeated Columbus North in today's first game, 3-1.
Batting for the Highlanders, the left fielder, number 5,
Bailey Taylor, as I said, 2 for 2, but he's the number 9 hitter. First pitch to him is a low for a ball, 1-0. Wildcat fans getting on their feet, anticipating the final out of this one. Great crowd by the Jasper faithful here at Ruxer today. Here's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. If the Cats hold on, we'll have the championship game right after this here on 18 WJTS. Misses low and outside. It says home plate umpire Mike's there. 2-1. Bailey Taylor represents the final hope for the Highlanders, and he takes the ball, 3-1. Stratton would like to bear down and fire a strike to Taylor and not put him on with the top of the order coming up. 3-1 the count. The pitch, hard hit to the shortstop, and it's going to be eaten up, or it's going to eat up, I should say, Hankey at short on a line drive slow shot that hit the ground, and on the air coming home on the air will be Max Trapure for Highlanders' first hit of the run of the game, and that will be a error by the Wildcats shortstop Hankey. But the Cats still have hope here. Of course, they still lead it 2-1. And Brian Kirkhoff will come back to the mound, and it looks like we should have that pitching change. Or will we? And we definitely will, as Connor Foley will come on in relief, and he will take over the pitching reins with The leadoff man, Jake Thompson, coming to the dish for the Floyd Central Highlanders, who have cut the Wildcat lead in half by the score of 2-1. With a run here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back right after this here on 18 WJTS. Half of the 7th inning as the Jasper Wildcats still hanging on to a 2-1 lead over the Floyd Central Highlanders. The Wildcats and Highlanders were down to the final out of the ball game, perhaps, before Bailey Taylor, who's now the number 9 hitter, who's now reached base 3 times in this game with a pair of hits and an error. He hit a hard ground ball to shortstop Ben Hankey for the Cats, and Hankey just could not handle the hard hit ball, and that allowed the runner Max Trappier to score the first run of the game for the Highlanders, who now have the tying run at first. And on the pitch for the Cats is Connor Foley, and Stratton will move to third base. Foley deals the next to Jake Thompson. Here's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Highlanders with the tying run at first base. Go ahead run at the plate. But Connor Foley on the hill in relief of Grant Stratton. The 1-1. That somehow misses for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner on. 2-1 Cats lead. Foley throws a wide throw that Wallace had to reach to his right to snag. As they keep Bailey Taylor at bay at first base. The 2-1. Ground ball to Hankey. This could do it. Throw to second, and the Wildcats are into the championship game. Ground ball to Ben Hankey, who throws over to second base to force the runner Bailey Taylor out for the final out of the ball game as the Jasper Wildcats win it 2-1 here in the semifinals of the Jasper 4A Regional at Ruxer Field. The Wildcats with the 2-1 victory will move on to the championship game, the Class 4A Regional. Again tonight at Ruxer Field, they will take on the Center Grove Trojans, who won today's first game 3-1 over Columbus North. For the Wildcats, 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 3 men left on base for for Floyd Central. I've got the Trojans already on my mind for tonight. Anyway, Floyd Central, 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error, and looks like 4 men left on, make that 6 men left on base. The winning pitcher for the Cats is Grant Stratton. He goes to 11-0 on the year. And the losing pitcher for Floyd Central will be Casey Sorg, who will suffer his first loss of the year. He is now 6-1, the Bellarmine recruit. And the Wildcats with a thrilling victory this afternoon here at Ruxer Field by the score of 2-1, as they will advance to tonight's championship game against the Center Grove Trojans. And we'll have that game for you coming up next here on 18 WJTS.
This has been an 18 WJTS presentation of high school sports.